I don't think, like the words I used. Oh, insecure people always have a suspicion of something. Always have a suspicion of something. Number three is something that you should not take for granted. Whether you are male or female. I don't know how many of us are watching the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. We always used to think domestic violence is man to woman, the man doing something to the woman. From that trial, we are beginning to see that women can also really be violent towards men and have their own kind of impact. The third thing is control. Control. No matter who this person is, whether it is your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your fiancé, husband or wife, if that person exerts too much control on you, it is a very, very high possibility that the person has a lot of jealousy and may be bordering on narcissism. So you have to be careful. Now, go on decisions, and from there bear either the rewards or the consequences. And yet there are people who want to control you every single time. That issues, and yet every day you are locked in a room. You are given only a certain kind of meal. You are allowed to see the sun only 1 hour a day. That's unhealthy control. And jealousy gives you unhealthy control. Let me give you some of the signs that make you know that either this woman or this man or whoever is trying to control you. In a relationship, when somebody needs to know every single place you go, every single time, it is not love. Place you go, the person must know. When you are in your you see, I don't know how to explain this to you. Control is, I cannot give you space to function by yourself. Control is, I cannot give you your privacy. You are with me, why do you need privacy? It sounds very nice. It is control. Everybody in the world needs privacy. Jesus came down here and there were times that he took times off to go and be by himself and pray. Even though people were thronging on him, he said, no, now I need space for myself. God needed space. After creating how many people in the world, he now needs space. He went to take time off. You cannot be in a relationship, whatever relationship it is, boy, girl, father, mother, sibling relationship, and not have space. If people are telling you that this is your husband, why do you need space from your husband? Why do you need space from your wife? Those people are helping that controlling behavior to happen. You need space. And you see, in Africa, we have things we've created for space. Now we are copying cultures blindly and saying that Africa, what has happened to you? Nothing. And space is necessary for every relationship to thrive. You see how your sibling, you don't fight. The fighting has minimized. You have been separated for so long that you've missed each other. When you come back together, hey, so is that you? Is it you that has grown like that? You have matured, hey, and we are senior sound. Then you are talking. By the time you fight, there's very little time to fight because you know that you are going back again. And so you are trying to make the most of the situation. So anybody who must have a constant radar, a constant satellite on everything you say, everything you do, wherever you go. Who are your friends? Why is this one your friend? The person is a CIA agent in your life, FBI. You know, if the couple decide to do that, then it's the two of them that have decided to do that. But do not demand it of your partner. Let me give you an example why. Now, there are so many professions that require confidentiality. One of them is medicine. The confidentiality of the patient. Now, let's assume my sister or a cousin of mine has a terminal sickness and is not ready to tell us yet. I pick up whoever my spouse's phone and find out from there that is what is going on. I have caused a mess. I've caused a big mess because out of the shock of what I've seen on the phone, I'm going to call other people in my family and be like, hey, so have you heard that Simesi has this? Hey, so why has he been hiding it? And why has this person, my spouse, been hiding it? It makes my spouse look bad. And then you are going to set a whole lot of events that the person who may have that illness has not even dealt with and is not ready to tell us. Is it an excuse? I'm not giving you an excuse. If you have the need to be constantly in your spouse's things, don't marry. Join the BNI. Because those of us who have children that are grown-up children, you yourself, you've realized that you don't have control over the children. They do what they like, how they like, and tell you what they like. You can't force them to tell you. How come as for your children, you are letting them live their life? And somebody's child that you've brought, you are overbearing on the person. So anybody who constantly, consistently, the person is like a shadow over you. When you are with that person, you feel burdened. You don't feel free. You are not. The Bible says, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. See, when we are quoting things, we don't quote these parts inside. Where the Spirit, if the Spirit of the Lord is in your marriage, there is liberty. There is no need to constantly overbear. Now you are a human being. How much can you know about your spouse? Let's be real. Let's say I even have phone. We've heard of spouses who have double phone, triple phone. They keep one in the house. They keep one at work. All this scrutiny, me and my spouse, we look into each other's phone. Are you sure? My sister and brother, are you sure that there's no other phone somewhere? This one is for your eyes only. So they do things on it that will make it easy for you to assume that you know everything. We hear of people who've married 2, 3. They have children elsewhere. All the time to prove that your friendship is working. To prove that you are the best siblings. Phone came recently. There must be trust before this. There must be trust before the phone. If you don't trust, you see, if you really even trust your spouse, his or her phone is not one of the first things you are bothered about. Because you trust what is coming out of their mouth. You don't need proof from here. If you need proof from here, you don't trust. You don't trust your spouse. If when they say something, you have to check for it. And, oh, I wanted to make a call, so I came for your phone. If there's genuinely no credit on your phone and you are coming for your spouse's phone, believe me, there's nothing wrong. But there's credit on your phone and you are coming to use it. It is not because you just want to show us how loving you people are. There's a problem of mistrust. Solve it and stop using wise things to make it look like you know how to marry and things. We beg, you see. The same for friends and all that. Consistent and overbearing monitoring. All these things I'm saying are borderline narcissistic and can turn into very bad things. All right, number 5, the constant need to know every single move of the other. I had a friend in the training college who used to tell me stories, to be circumspect, of how she was married, of how her husband needed to know every single place she went and how much time she was going to spend there. Imagine that we lived in Kumasi, and when she was going to KJTR market, she needed to tell her husband, I'll be there for 3 hours. And she could not be there past 3 hours or all hell will break loose. He will accuse her of going to see her boyfriend, accuse her of going to see this person. Who was she talking to? We've had people who their spouses do not allow them to have friends because they need to constantly know where they are. And then they say funny stuff like, it's for your own good. There are bad people in the world these days, so I need to know where you are. So before you married this person, how was the person able to even survive for you to come and meet the person? Marriage is not a death sentence. Friendship is not a death sentence. Parenting is not a death sentence for our children. You see, that person, you see, I always say that until you give that person the chance to be disloyal, and the person has been loyal, all the things you are doing, we will call it shilly. If you constantly have to monitor a person, then you are really not in control. Give the person the chance to go and see if the person comes back. See if the person can run their own thing for your comfort. If they can't and you have to monitor them, make sure everything. I have learned it the hard way. That keeping somebody under it doesn't work. Once you release the person will go and be their true self. Stop and call their spouse. That, oh, we've arrived, oh, we are at where we are. Seriously, I find it very funny. When we are all having a conversation, then all of a sudden you have to stop. And so we've arrived. I think that you can send a text. In fact, it is disrespectful that it looks like you are the only one who must report back. Just say, yeah, I can't. So don't let people use certain things to make it look like they love you, man, and they just want to brood over you, if that is the word. The only person that can protect you properly is God. Apart from God, that's it. All right. The other one is accusations. Jealousy, most that guy. What were you people talking about? Oh, he's an old classmate from school. I'm sure you were planning on meeting him somewhere. So that is the first accusation. The second one comes when you've been out in the night, something happened, you couldn't get back early. I'm sure it was that classmate of yours we met the other time that you were meeting. Accusations. Why are you wearing that dress? You want to show the whole world that you've got Botox. You've got a nice broad chest. That's why you are showing it. Accusations. The person is always accusing you of something you haven't done. Not the ones you've done. The ones you've done, there's not accusation. It's the one you have not done. That one is the accusation. The one you've done. So it's not accusation, but you've done it, and it's ideas from. Sometimes you're like, so how did my friend think about something like that? I mean, as for TikTok, I learned so many things on TikTok. Now it is like, if a girl has a boyfriend, a fiance, or whatever, and her friend even sends a text message, hello, it is cheating. I don't understand. You even had friends before the man or the woman came in. Once they come in, you can't be talking to your friends again, especially the male ones. A woman can't talk to male friends. Offer to give them Bentley to come to their wedding. That one they accepted. Immediately they finished marrying, they've realized that no, in fact, before they got married, when the people were helping them, they didn't have gender. Immediately after they married, they became aware of the gender of their friends. So now you can't talk to them. Unfounded suspicions. Always, the person always has, no, the way you smiled at this person, I'm not sure about. What exactly, where did you say you know this person? Where? So you were in primary, you know this person? Where? So you were in primary school together. So did you sit by each other? You weren't sitting by each other. Why is it that you chose that one to be your friend of all the people in the classroom? So there are times when you need to be alone to recuperate. There are times when you need to be alone to think through things. There are times that as a human being, you don't even want to talk to human beings. You just want to be on your own. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing bad about it. When a mother of 4 or 5 children, who has been looking after these children morning, day, night, just decides that I need just 3 days. The same for a father. And then somebody is sitting at the back that, hey, this your husband or your wife that wants to take 3 days, boko dear. We are married for better, for worse, until death do us part. So why is the person trying to go alone to go and have their own privacy? Boko dear. The person is overwhelmed. And whoever is overwhelmed needs to recuperate. I watched another TikTok where the lady was praising her husband. She said that he came back from work. He took a look at her. He said, you look tired. I think that you should just take a walk or go to Starbucks or do something for yourself today. I have the children. She said, oh, since you're home, then let's all go. Let's go with the children. He said, no, this is your time. Go. So he sent her off. And she said she spent the rest of the evening just driving around, going to restaurants, eating, looking at birds. The whole of the evening, the man took the children. And she said that I'm so refreshed, I'm so rejuvenated, I can go for another 5 years without a break. And here you sit in your hall and you don't need to be separated. You don't need to be private. What do you need privacy for? If you knew you needed privacy, don't marry. I don't know where you are getting your own this thing from. You see, you need privacy from your spouse. You need privacy from your siblings. You need privacy at work. You need privacy from your parents. That's why when you are growing up, you used to sleep with them in one bed. But as you grew up, they gave you your own room. It's called privacy. No, I'm not talking of that privacy that you are in my own house and you'll be telling me that when I want to enter your room, I should seek permission. Not that is not the privacy I'm talking about, please. If you are in my house and you are my child and you have not bought a room, you have not paid rent, I can barge into your room anytime I want. I just won't do it. But if you give me instructions, I saw a guy who took the door off his child's room. The child was saying, it's my room, so he just took the door off. Now, no privacy. So please don't let somebody to just continue to check on you, just be there, then you arrive at your workplace and come and disrupt the work you are doing. You are at the salon. The person didn't say he's coming there, then you just appear at the salon. That person doesn't trust you and thinks you are not where you said you are. That's why the person is doing that. Number 9 is Constant interrogations. Some of you are married to 007, James Bond. You are not married to a woman or a man. You are married to a spy from Russia, a spy from Germany, a spy from Ghana. You are not married to a human being. Is spy or robot? Because the kind of constant interrogation, it's not questions, oh, interrogations you get. These people even can go as far as asking your friends, calling your friends. Kwame said he's going to be with you at this time. Is he there? Say you are coming back. But it's been long now. So what are you people doing? Watching ball. Which ball? I'm watching ball. Which of the balls are you watching? The one between this and this. So who just scored? Who was the one who just scored? What are they wearing? What are they wearing? So what are you people drinking? Which kind of water are you drinking? Vortic, Verna, Aqua Fresh, which one? So are you sitting on the red carpet or the green carpet? You see, this is no longer questioning. No. This one, it is a BNI agent looking for evidence to use it for something. Constant, every day they are interrogated. Every day there's something you've done. Every day there's a sociology that should not be encouraged. Number 10. Number 10 is one that you must also, all the rest, take it seriously. But there are some that when you see and you are not married to the person, or you've not become a very close friend to the person, you must run. Because those ones are narcissistic. And those ones are harmful. They are so harmful that you may not be able to get out of them. Number 10 is trying to find fault with all your friendships and acquaintances. Isolating your partner from people who trigger feelings of jealousy. Like, you see all this, I always tell the young men, they thought I was joking. All these women who, you are a mama ba too much, you like your mother, it is narcissistic. Anybody who has a problem with you relating with your mother, no matter how your mother is a narcissistic human being. Don't marry that person. Because that person who is complaining about your mother relates with the mother just the same way they are complaining about you. When it's their mother, it's fine. Immediately becomes your mother, it's a problem. It's a problem. So be careful. Those who are always isolating you, no, I don't like this your friend. I don't like your friend. He shouts too much. He shouts too much. You have to, if we are going to go out, you have to stop being friends with him. I don't like him. I don't like this your friend. So you are saying, are you saying he's your friend? The way he looks at you is like he likes you, but you didn't like him. No. I don't think I like this. If we are going to get married, there are some of your friends that we can't relate to. You see. So is this how your mother is going to behave when we get married? You are not even married. They have not married you. You start asking questions. Is that how you are going to be? Your mother is going to behave when we get married? Then we can't marry. I don't think it will work. Anybody who is trying to isolate you from people you've grown up with, there's nothing wrong with the people. They are just trying to, they are finding fault. They are putting ideas in your head. It's jealousy and it's narcissistic. Walk away, run. In fact, flee. Most of the murders of both men and women in spousal marriages, who are spouses, they isolated the person and then killed the person. Most of them. They make it look like these people you are associating with is not good. These people you are doing this with is not good. This one doesn't like you. Remember the last time I went for the party? You see how the person behaved when you were... Normal anger that somebody gets angry, immediately your spouse or friend picks it up and says, you see I was telling you that this person is not good. They find ways and means to remove you from a very happy place so that you are totally dependent on them. That is the aim. So that it makes it look like this person is the only one who understands me, the only one who loves me, the only one who I want to talk to. And then eventually, if they have any sinister mind, you see that they carry it out. Because at a point, people get fed up with you trying to isolate yourself from them and all that. And they also move the same way. The devil operates the same way. If he needs you, he will let you stop church. You who used to go to church, you find some funny theories. So the cock that crowed, was it Peter's own or whose own was it? So the Red Sea opened. How? Science has proven that it couldn't open. You find some funny things and isolate you from church and then use you well and kill you. Number 11 is guilt trips. Insulting or guilt tripping a friend because they spend time with someone you don't like. Hey, so today this is your friend. Boy. And then it's not an easy friendship. So how long do you intend to be friends with this person? So now that friendship is worth more to you than mine. Is that why now you go there more? Okay. If you say so. So that's the person you want to be friends with. Okay. All right. I'll just find somebody else to be friends with since you don't want to be friends with me. It's fine. I'll find somebody else to be friends with. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. But, I mean, we are all our own people and we can all choose friends we like, isn't it? But don't worry, I'll just find somebody who understands me a bit more and then I'll be friends with. For something you've done that, there's nothing wrong with what you've done, but the person is making you feel bad for the thing you've done. Out of jealousy because they don't like this other person. Not because the person has done anything to them. It's just because they don't like that person. I always repeat this story to my staff when I'm talking to them. I tell them that I've been to a salon, I was doing my hair, and some woman was describing me fully. And the woman doesn't know me. She's never met me because I was sitting there. And she was like, this lady, the way she's not good. She, in Ghana, it means that the woman, she shows off. She doesn't like people. She's into herself. She was describing me fully. And the hairdresser asked her, so do you know this person? No, I've never met her, but the way she is, the way I've heard that she is. The hairdresser didn't say anything. So when I finished my hair and I was going there, she mentioned my name. Said, so next week, then the woman turned to look at me. That is a clear sign of jealousy. You've not met somebody. You've not encountered the person. But you are describing the person like you know the person. It's very rampant in Obuasi here. Obuasi people, forgive me, but I must say it. It is very rampant here. They don't know you anywhere. They don't see why a woman is doing so well. They don't know why a woman can take something small and become something big. So they will tarnish your image. They will say bad things. Some have never met you in their life. You are standing by them and they don't know they are talking about you. They will spoil your image. So somebody who is doing that is jealous of you, wants to have what you have, wants to spoil your image, wants to make you seem bad when you are not. Now, the last sign of jealousy that I have here today is competition. Unhealthy competition. You see, lying about your accomplishments or taking credit for something you've not done so that you get more praise or recognition. It's just like what I'm saying. You know, you are lying about what you've done. I remember many years when I started a school, another school started. And the other school told the parents that, oh, bring your children to my school. As for this woman's school, when your children go there, they will catch cold. But my school, they don't catch cold. I said, is it possible? A toddler school, they don't catch cold. They don't have flus. Hey. And then I'm taking my child there. Because even though I have a school, I'm taking mine there because there they don't catch flus. Within a matter of 3-4 months, when there were more children there, parents started bringing their children back that, so this woman didn't have a way to curb the cold. And she was telling, you see, you lied about something just to get something. So if you are somebody who must always be competing, always proving that me too I can do it, or me too I'm better than this person, or no, this one is not done well, I know how to do it better. You are a jealous person. You are a jealous person. You are envious of what somebody has. Anybody doing something that must always refer to, I can do it better than this person. I can do it better than this company. I can do it better than these people. It is jealousy that is breeding in you. You are a very jealous, envious person. Because believe it or not, the Bible says that, and the master went away and he gave each different talents according to their ability. Somebody can do 3, somebody can do 4, and somebody can do 1. But everybody has an ability. If the one who has 1 is competing with the one who has 3, he will lose focus. The same for if the one with 3 is competing with the one who has 1, they will lose focus. They will all lose focus and gear off the original track. So if you find your spouse is always competing with you, your friends are always competing with you, your work colleagues are always competing with you, at church they are competing with you, there is a very high concentration of jealousy in that person for you. The person thinks you do not deserve some of the things you have. The person thinks that you are not the one who should have those things. The person thinks that you should be relegated to the background. You are getting too much attention. It is signs of jealousy, and we must make sure that we are curbing them. That's what we have for today. I'm just going to go over it quickly so that we can remember what we said. Is jealousy love? I hope that by now you've been able to answer whether you think jealousy is love or not in whatever relationship you are. Jealousy, we said, is defined as hostility, intolerance towards a rival, or one believed to enjoy an advantage. What were the signs of jealousy we talked about today? We talked about mistrust, we talked about insecurity, we talked about control, we talked about consistent and overbearing monitoring, we talked about the constant need to know every single move, we talked about accusations, unfounded suspicions. You have married James Bond, always interrogating you, trying to find fault and with your friendships and isolate you, guilt trips, and the last one we talked about was competition. Well, see you same time next week when we talk about can jealousy be right in some situations? Because some people be doing that, oh, this jealousy, there was a reason why. You see, they want to explain the jealousy something to make it good. So we'll talk about that, God willing, next week. Don't forget that you can leave your comments and your questions inside the comment section, and we'll always come back to answer. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, and don't forget to share, to like, and to invite people onto the Reina Speaks Facebook page. And we were supposed to bring you the issue. We are working on it, and we'll bring it to
like the deer's feet, and he will make me walk on higher mountains. A highway shall be there, and it shall be called